We are entering Hudson Yard, where low-income people are being discriminated, low-income vendors are being discriminated, and this is unacceptable because Stephen Ross, the owner of this place, he don't care about low-income people. He's an evil person. Stephen Ross, who resides in that building, his office is in that building. This is an evil man. He doesn't care about low-income people. Against these poor vendors, only the one is to survive. That's exactly what it is. Hi. Hi. We are here fighting for this injustice. Hi, handsome.
The health department about cleaning reporter who work, and now they wanna put the plant again in the same position who work to push us out of this area at all. And in the other side, they hire a private company to get our location, to get our business. They get the same push cart with other people to push us and put the cart in our place. Now I have to defend our family, our group. We're not doing something illegal to be shame or not talking. We're not scared from anyone. We have to defend and support our family. We're not leave Hudson get this action without any with silence from us. These people is billionaire. They looking for the people, looking for a penny to support us. We have a kids. I have 5 kids. 3 of them in college. I have to pay thousand for each one. The first one it will be a doctor. The second one it will be computer engineer. Graduation next year. The other one it will be psychology. All of this we have to teach them. You have to fight for your right. In the end, we not leave Hudson to kick us out. We not leave the big fish to eat the small fish. Thank you.
And this is the guy.
What do we want?
Justice!
What do we want?
Justice!
When do we want it?
Now!
When do we want it?
Now!
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you, everyone. My name to recognize the vital importance of street vendors and take immediate action to safeguard their livelihoods in the Hudson Yards area. The current and unjust treatment faced by vendors is nothing short of prejudice, and it is upon us to put an end to this unfair and unjust situation. Hudson Yards BIC, shame on you. Hudson Yards BIC,
Shame on you!
Hudson Yards BIC,
Shame on you!
Thank you.
You gotta mention us. Stephen Ross is the owner of this
Steve
place.
Ross and all of them. It's not only him, but now he's sending his people.
He's made the main one.
And that's why we're here. Next up, I wanna pull on another vendor who's been displaced with his family, Nazir Hatiya. Please give him a big round of applause. He's coming here with the twin. Come on, people. A big shout out for the twin to make it here. Woo! God, let's give it up.
Hi everyone. My son want to say a small message for everyone.
Go with your father.
Austin is saying to New York, please support my father.
Hi everyone, my name is Nazia Adia. Thank you everybody for coming. Just want to explain my issues. We was in 2014 right in the front of the train station.
We cannot hear clearly.
Then they
Yes.
start to remove us from the corner right here. Then later on, now they have a permit. Now they do have a permit to remove the Hebrew National. This is all the story in a quick. I just have a question. I've been here 9 years. I was legal 100%. Why now? I'm asking the city, why now I'm not legal? The bid is here, he can answer because he don't want us here. But I wanna tell him small messages. You don't need to displace a small business to place an extra tree. Don't ask the veterans and the workers to relocate their spot. You can relocate your car here. It's good. I just asked the city for a forest reply as we used before. Thank you everybody.
Thank you. Next stop, we have Mr. Ambassador for Make the Road and the Fund Excluded Workers Campaign.
Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Hudson, I'm with New York, and I manage the Fund Excluded Workers Coalition that's fighting to expand unemployment benefits to scooter workers who are denied protections and benefits from the state government because of the kind of work they do or their immigration status. It's not right. The reality is that street vendors and such precarious workers, despite their contributions to the New York State economy through their labor, are constantly excluded from protection, benefits, and face harassment and displacement. What Hudson Yards is doing is wrong. This is state-sanctioned displacement. They're delegating the authorities to the Parks Department to issue these arbitrary permits to displace vendors by granting trees. At the same time, it's absurd that they're getting all these private payments from other companies where vendors used to be under these legal concession systems. It's about profit. A billion-dollar entity raking in more dollars while small businesses suffer. Is that right?
No!
Vendors have been here before Hudson Yards, so this is ridiculous. This is our public space. Billionaires, real estate industries, and their lobbyists should not be able to dictate who gets to belong in this space. Street vendors pay taxes just like them. They generate millions of dollars in federal, state, and local taxes. Street vendors are job creators. They employ workers just like these private companies. And when they're out of a job through no fault of their own, they have no safety net to turn back on. Is that right?
No!
They generate over $200 million in economic activity in New York City alone. And it's street vendors who fill the gap and provide and show up for low-income neighborhoods and our working class families. They're the ones in low-income communities or their food deserts providing fresh food and vegetables. So why should vendors be excluded from protections and benefits and experience displacement at the hands of these private companies and these city agencies when they're trying to do the exact same thing, run a legal business just like them? They shouldn't. Should the Parks Department revoke these ridiculous permits that allows for the systematic displacement of vendors by planting trees in their areas of work to bring in other companies? There are other creative ways to reimagine a green space that does the least amount of harm. And could the New York City government do better to give legal protection to street vendors and licenses who are just trying their best to run an honest business? Thank you.
Shame on you! Parks Department!
Shame one more stop and then we're gonna wrap up. Next I want to welcome Pedro, a disabled military veteran.
Hi everybody. Listen, I'm 20 years in the army, and I retired from the army. And I started on the beginning working in the corners. We didn't have no trees, nothing like that. But I got a solution for the beat. What they gotta do is clean that over there and make a spot for that car right there. And that's it, no problem. We're gonna stay in the same place. Why you don't do that, B? And we tired of that shit. You started a long time ago trying to move out from spot, planting trees. This right here was open. Okay, was nothing over here. But you bring it down this car to what? You know, I was in the army. You was in nowhere. You understand? Make it right now. Make this problem easy. Open up right there in the corner and put the car right there so they be all together. And they don't bother us with that car right there. We need it. We got permit to be there. We're not here illegal. You understand that? Huh? That's it.
Thank you so much, Pedro. We hear your frustration with the situation, bro. It's a very difficult spot to be at right now. So I want to wrap it up by saying the message. In case people are not getting it yet. The message now is for Parks Department to stop this systematic, legalized displacement of street vendors, to stop the systematic gentrification of our streets and our city. We are starting bit by bit, piece by piece, to clear out the public space from people of color, from disabled military vets, from street vendors, immigrants, single mothers, small business owners. This is on Parks to act. We don't have any hope of the real estate developers. We know who they are. We know what agenda they push for. Now it's on Parks Department to take action, to displace these streets and put the vendors back in business, and to stop any concessionaire permit that might displace an existing vendor. There is so much space in this park to fit many cars, but they are intentionally choosing where the next cart will be. They want it to be at the corner where the vendors operate, to displace them. This is unacceptable, Parks Department, and we are here to fight. We are coming back every week. We will not leave this location. We are coming here every single week. So Parks Department take action. And last, I want to give a shout out to the local council member Eric Butcher, who just called to confirm with us that next week we're gonna have a meeting with the stakeholders. We want to convey a conversation with all the stakeholders involved, the Parks Department, the NYPD, everyone who has something to do with this mess that is happening, because this is unacceptable. We made it clear to the local council member that we will not leave this location and we will not take no for an answer. We will be here every single week till this situation is rectified, and we will win because we have the people's power. We have the vendors' power. We have 20,000 vendors who operate in the streets of New York City, and they're all ready to march every week till we get the spots back. Lastly, for everyone and for the press, we got start marching right across the street, heading to the Hudson Yards Plaza. We're gonna go across the street, so please stay in line and make sure you're following the marshals and the leaders of the march. We're gonna head this way in a minute. You ready? Yes. Everyone is ready?
Yes.
Let's go.
But listen, he didn't speak.
All right, so marshals,
He didn't speak.
Marshals, can you please raise your hand? Marshals, so we have Josh.
No
we
quiere
have
que tú
folks in the
hables.
back,
Él no quiere que tú hables.
and we
He
have
doesn't want
folks
him
in
to
the-
speak. They got something to do. They don't want him to speak. He wants to start it. He was the one who started this. He doesn't want him to speak. And that is wrong and unacceptable. Everybody has the right to speak.
Somebody else want to take the megaphone? Yes? That's Mr. Ross's crony right there. That's his crony and the Parks Department.
Listen, why did they not let you speak?
It's okay. Yo te digo ahorita. Yo te digo.
Pero quién, mira, ¿quién es él? ¿Quién es él? Tú estabas hablando, pero
president from Hell's Kitchen Alliance.
Oh. You're the president of Hell's Kitchen Alliance?
No.
Who's the president then?
He's not here.
He doesn't care. He's a sellout.
So you are for Mr.
He's a sellout.
for this evil guy who's kicking out the low-income people.
He has no shame.
We all need to survive. Not everybody needs to be in public assistance.
He's the one pushing out the people. Him. That's Mr. Ross's crony. That's who he is. That's his crony right there.
Hell's Kitchen Alliance.
Yeah, I'll be right there.
Okay. ¿Para dónde están caminando? ¿Para dónde están caminando? That's Mr. Ross, not your boss. It's the evil Mr. Ross.
People are jumping from that tower, and Mr. Ross doesn't care. Mr. Ross, show your face.
Mira, que tengo una foto de Mr. Ross. Mira, aquí tengo una foto de Mr. Ross.
We'll never be defeated. Tourist. Push it out the middle. You should know that. United will never be defeated. The vendors united will never be defeated. The vendors united will never be defeated. Hudson Yard! Shame on you! 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 Hell's Kitchen Alliance! Shame on you! Hell's Kitchen Alliance! Shame on you! Hudson Yard! Shame on you! Hudson Yard! Shame on you! 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 The New York City Council, the New York City Mayor, he's not standing with the people. When they opened up 50 Hudson Yards, he came out, he cut that ribbon. He did that for the billionaires, but he won't come out for the people. You should know that.
Stephen Ross is the mainly owner of this entire place. That his name is Stephen Ross. He's being an asshole.
And they're not showing face. They say they want little people, the people of color. They say they belong to the Latino and Black and Asian caucus, but they're not here. They're not here showing face. But when Mr. Ross calls, they come out. The billionaire, he thinks that this is going to be his legacy. He thinks Hudson Yards is his legacy. His legacy is death because people are jumping from there. They are killing themselves. If you didn't know that, 4 people jumped. That's why it's closed. They won't tell you that. They jump, they kill themselves, and in 20 seconds, they clean it out. That's what's happening here. This is the graveyard, not the Hudson Yard. The graveyard, not the Hudson Yard. The mayor, the city council, the parks department, Anthony Perez, they're not showing face. Idanis Rodriguez, commissioner to the DOT, he says he's for the immigrants and defensor de los inmigrantes. Pero no seña cara. He doesn't come out. They're all in cahoots with all the cronies. They're pushing them out. You can enjoy Cartier. You can enjoy the plaza. You can enjoy the vessel. But in the meantime, the little guy is getting pushed out. I hope you enjoy that New Yorker. I've been here 53 years, and we are not blind.
He's the owner of the entire Hudson Yard. He's kicking out the street vendors. Yes, put it those fancy cars.
We ain't going nowhere.
That belongs to him?
Belongs to the people that pay him a lot of money.
I know, but doesn't belong to the vendors. The street vendors.
No, that's a
It's
corporation.
the corporation of that car.
Yes.
Since when?
Because this guy owns the entire,
I know.
is part owner of
Did
the.
this start last week?
No,
Last month?
many months ago. They started, they're kicking them out.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a shame for the whole commissioner. When NYPD, you would think that a commissioner cares about people. You would think that.
Stephen Ross. Tell your boss Stephen Ross that he's corrupt.
You know what it is? Protected, sir? You're not protecting. And they're not
Tell the
serving.
corrupt Stephen Ross that he's corrupt.
You're not protecting, you're not serving.
People that come here to work and kick them out.
You are not
Evil Stephen Ross.
protecting
This is Stephen Ross.
people. You swear up,
This evil person, Stephen Ross. Look at his picture.
and you are forsaking them.
This evil man, Stephen Ross, your boss, is kicking out street vendors. How evil he is. He doesn't care for little people. Look at his face. Stephen Ross. Oh, you,
I'm here with you.
oh. I mean,
What are your emotions?
it's really bad, sad that these people losing their job.
These are disabled military veterans who can't make a living here legally, but they are prevented by the greed of the real estate industry and their lobbyists, the local bits. We want to make sure that the vendors are back to work, they are back in business, and they're not being displaced. Trees and vendors can coexist only if the greedy people stop doing their thing. If we back off and leave the vendors alone and leave the public space alone. That's our message, and we're gonna end with a vendor power chant. We always do it in 6 different languages, so I hope everyone is ready. In 3, 2, 1. Vendor power! Vendor power! Vendor power! Vendor power! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede! Si se puede! Vamos del país! Vamos del país! Vamos del país! Vamos del país! Vendor Shakti! Vendor Shakti! Vendor Shakti! Vendor Shakti! Chiapalilia! 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 Hola Monolei! Hola Monolei! Hola Monolei! Hola Monolei! Vendor power! Vendor power! Vendor power! Vendor power! Great job, everyone! We're here to stay. The vendors are staying, not moving, not going anywhere until we get an answer. From Parks Department, from the agencies involved, and from the local elected officials. Thank you all for being here. Great job, security team and marshals. I want to give them a big shout out. Big shout out to Safe Place. Always holding it down in the last minute, ensuring justice for vendors. That's what's up, people. That's what's up. I want to give a big shout out to all coalition members, Care New York, for being here. Make the road. Where are you? Where is Misha? Make the road. The Public Workers Campaign. Fantastic work. Fighters Alliance, we were here earlier. All the organizations, all the individuals are there. Myra, yes. Everyone's support makes this happen, and we will keep fighting till we ensure we have a just system for street vendors. Thank you all. Finally, I want to announce that the vendors will be providing food for free. So whenever you guys are ready to serve, let people know. We would love to line up on the cards and take some food. Thank you. Thank you everyone for being here. Good job. Folks, please return your signs. Please, the signs, you can return them, the banners.
You're trying to get what?
Shame on you!
What's up, man? What's it going?
Queremos decir que la comunidad de vendedores latinos está con la comunidad de los compañeros aquí. Queremos evitar que sean desplazados de sus lugares de trabajo. Esto consideramos que no es viable desde ningún punto de vista. Nos solidarizamos con todos los vendedores de aquí y aspiramos que se haga justicia, y hemos de estar aquí presentes las veces que sea necesario para que se incorporen a todos los compañeros y se evite el desplazamiento.
Gracias.
Bueno, ya está hablando. Vamos a ver.
I'm going down to Bowling Green. The IDG is going to be there with congestion pricing against the MTA.
Pero
Eso empieza a las 3, pero I got a meeting at 4.
Sí, pero
Ellos no me dejaron hablar porque yo le estaba diciendo que este grupo, Street Vendor Project...
¿Sí tú por qué comenzaste todo esto?
No, yo no lo conocía. Yo estaba peleando hace tiempo. Ellos me invitaron para ayudar.
Sí, pero tú eres el único que comenzaste en realidad.
Ellos no quieren...
Ellos lo comenzaron, pero tú eres la que le diste empuje.
Ellos no quieren mencionar el nombre.
Okay, ¿qué quiere decir?
No, lo que tú grabaste allá es suficiente.
No, algo ya...
Mándame eso. I'm gonna edit that and I'll use that.
Pero di que quieres decir, di algo en el video.
¿Qué quieres que diga? Venimos a apoyar, pero no dejaron nadie hablar. So, tenemos que siempre estar, bien vigilante de la persona que no quiere que tú hables. Eso es muy importante. No importa si salen 1000, pero si no te dejan hablar, eso es muy importante. Por eso es que tú no tienes que esperar por el permiso de otro para hablar, ¿entiendes? Por eso es que yo hablo sin el permiso del otro. Tú también no necesitas el permiso mío y de nadie para hablar. Eso es lo más peor que se puede hacer. Tratar de ocultar, como a parar a una persona de hablar.
Pero ¿cómo tú ves la unión de todas estas organizaciones? Políticas, porque son políticas en realidad.
Sí, son políticas. ¿No?
Son organizaciones políticas. ¿Qué opinas de ellos?
Sí, pero es que por eso es que no mencionaron ni un nombre, no mencionaron ni un político. Apoyaron a Eric Butcher, que ni está aquí. Él ni está aquí y lo están apoyando. Pero esta gente, esta gente son inmigrantes, no pueden hablar inglés bien, ellos buscan ayuda de todo el mundo. Y a veces la ayuda que ellos buscan no saben quién son, ¿me entiendes? A veces no saben con quién se están metiendo. Por eso es que siempre peleamos con la verdad, con honestidad, y con eso es más poderoso de cualquier cosa, de 1000 personas. La verdad siempre saca la mentira.
Ellos estaban aquí antes de que comenzara toda la construcción, ¿no?
Ellos estaban aquí desde 2015.
Tú sigue hablando. Porque
domingo 15,
desde que estos muchachos comenzaron a construir, ellos estaban aquí.
2015, 2014, feeding the construction workers, help build this place up. Even the mayor came out in October 2022 to commemorate the building, 50 Hudson yards. He cut the ribbon. He cut the ribbon, but he can't be here with the people. And these people didn't call him out. They didn't call him out. Grábame. Yo voy a poner este tipo.
Mira, ella es una de las jefas. Ella.
No, yo creo que el que tiene...
Ella es una de las jefas.
El que estaba hablando. No, pero ella es jefa con él.
Pues claro.
Ellos están jodiendo.
I wonder how much money Stephen Ross give it to them. ¿Dónde? ¿Dónde están ellos? Él no te va a escuchar. Este es un malcriado, no te va a escuchar.
We need to. How can you help these vendors?
As a police department, we're law enforcement. We can't
But I'm saying, is this can you forcibly move them out of here?
if they're in violation. If there's no violation.
Isn't this public space? These are U.S.
As of now, it seems to be.
It's U.S. vendors.
Yeah.
But they get the hiring.
Who does?
The parks department.
I mean, the parks have their rules. I'm not well versed on the parks rules.
But somebody's got to know. Somebody got to know if that's legit.
I mean, your parks department right there.
They're on the side
I have a-
of those.
I have a question. Wait, Raúl.
We have Health Kitchen Alliance.
I know where they are.
They're
I'm saying, as
they have a
NYPD,
contract.
I don't do parking.
I'm just letting you know what's going on.
But based on you being in YPD, every single park has a sidewalk, right?
I don't know.
How do you help? As community affairs, how do you help? How do you help if they're getting pushed out? They're getting tickets every day.
The tickets are legitimate.
Forget about if they're legitimate or not. They're getting tickets
What do you
every
mean
day.
forget about it?
Because they're the only ones getting it. They're the only ones getting the
But
tickets.
if they're legitimate, then how would I forget about it?
They are legit, but they still getting the ticket. They're getting dismissed in court.
They're getting dismissed.
Yes, all of them.
I don't know.
They're all getting dismissed in court. And if they get dismissed in court, but they continue to give you a ticket, that's harassment. And then you're talking about a 73-year-old veteran. Veterans in their 70s.
I hear you, but it has nothing to do with, what I
That's the community. Community. The tourists visiting here, they don't know. This is Hudson Yards, period. This is Hudson Yards. Whether it's there or here. If 4 people jump from there, it's all Hudson Yards. You hear? They're jumping from the tower on Hudson Yards. The vessel, right? It's Hudson Yards. Somebody gets shot here or gets shot over there, it's Hudson Yards.
So parks department, which is a whole other department, gets directions not to write those summonses. So they're writing them, I imagine.
There's even an officer on video saying that he's doing what he asked what they told him to do. He doesn't agree with it, but he's doing it anyway.
A violation is a violation. You don't have to agree with every law that's ever been written. But
You're stressing that veteran. You're stressing them out.
I'm saying the parks department, they do enforce the parks. If they're getting dismissed in court, I'd say that's a good sign.
I'm 53 years old. I was born in the city. Like that. Nowhere, not even in the parks, you see stuff like that. But why is it that's purposely done? So when you move,
Well, they wouldn't be able to do it.
but they put that there
This-
just
this-
in case.
I hear what you're
For
saying.
insurance purposes.
This Mr. Ross is very corrupt.
These tree beds, they made them even longer. And this is a safety hazard. Because if you're in the street, look at it. You take a look. You're in the street. This is the community, right? Look, take a look. You're in the street, and a car's coming, and you want to get out of the way. What do you got to do? You got to jump into the bushes. I know. I'm not asking. I'm just giving you a couple of pointers of what's going
That's what
on.
I imagine. I think these
This is
this is DOT.
They say.
This is Department of
all parks.
Transportation, yes.
Yeah, right. DOT, I think, monitors the skirts.
They okay that. And they okay it because it's here. When they did it illegally. How is somebody on the old lady? Somebody's gonna need to get out of the way. And they're gonna jump into the bushes or get hit by the car. It's gonna happen, you see.
¿Qué se hizo él?
You don't say that. You don't say it's not my problem. Even for the side, we knew.
Está hablando de lo mismo, me le está explicando.
He's the president. He's the president of the
Do that again for my video, do that again.
Sorry.
Excuse me. That means that thing doesn't move. And I think that's illegal. If I do that, I will be arrested. But guess what? I'm not a billionaire like Stephen Ross. So he allowed to do that. That's illegal what he's doing. They're not supposed to have a sticker like that. But that's how corrupt billionaire Mr. Ross, his office is in that building. Look at that building. That's where he is, Mr. Ross, Stephen Ross. There's one gentleman explaining what's going on to one of the reporters. They're discussing a veteran who's been affected by this mess because Stephen Ross is the problem. I got his picture. Stephen Ross. He's the problem, Stephen Ross. ¿Quieres? Tengo foto. ¿Te quieres? Espérate que tengo más de una.
Here he is. In case you don't know him, that's him. The billionaire.
He's
Stephen,
the
Stephen Ross.
evil-
Take a good look. Take a picture. You say you don't know him, right? Take a picture.
That's him.
That's him, Stephen Ross. You know what? You know what he's thinking about? He's thinking about his legacy. He thinks that this is going to be his legacy. His legacy is going to be darkness. His legacy is death, because that's what he's bringing. He's bringing death to this place. And these guys are going to go on a hunger strike. And that might bring more death. That's his legacy. Not the Hudson Yard. That's how New Yorkers act that way. That's not the way. Mr. Ross, you cannot buy your way to the legacy. You cannot buy your legacy. You earn that with trust,
You're evil.
respect.
You're
with
evil,
doing
Mr.
right.
Ross.
There's no
And guess
time.
what,
It's
Mr.
time for
Ross?
him- It's time for him to turn it around and leave these people alone. We're talking about U.S. veterans. Are you a veteran? When I qualify. Are you a veteran, sir? You support veterans? Not Mr. Ross. Not Mr. Shea, former commissioner, former cop. Not even the mayor. The mayor came out here. 50 Hudson Yards, October 19, 2022. He came out with Mr. Ross to cut that tape. And he's not here with the people. He comes out when he wants to vote. And that's reality. You can see it. It's very easy to see it. He put the pictures on social media. All you gotta do is connect the dots and you see it. It's despicable. They don't come out for the people.
Because they don't care about the people, they care about the money.
He's a one-term mayor. That's why he's going to be a one-term mayor.
Maybe not. Don't be surprised. Maybe not.
Even though he was a cop. Even though he was a cop. He'll say defund the cops if he wasn't a former cop. He would be saying that. He'll be on the bandwagon.
That's all it ever is.
So, what do you think about Mr. Stephen Ross, who is so evil that he put a ¿cómo se llama la avioneta esa de drone? I mean, el drone. Mr. Ross, you're so evil that you put in a drone to watch on us. No, it wasn't today. The other day you put it. How evil and scared you are, little people. You got all these people you're paying millions of dollars to protect you. Do you think these cops are working for free? No, you're paying them. All those security, you're paying them. You're so evil, you put a drum. You got money to pay a drum on the sky the other day. You put it for Raul and everybody else was protesting. So, what do you think of the rally today?
It's a bullshit. You see, they're trying to displace us, take our car and bring the same car, same business for different people. I've been vending here like more than 10 years. So, you know.
Hopefully they're not going to win.
I hope so.
It's not going to win because there's a lot of our organizations that are going to push back.
I hope so, man.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is Darling Martinez, I can say it. No, yo sí lo voy a decir. All of these organizations, they have a control rally. They choose who will speak, who will not speak. They're not aggressive enough. That's really sad, but that's what they are. Certain gentleman is afraid to say it, but it's true. They pick and choose who will speak at the rally, and who to say and what to say. That's how they operate. I can say it because it's true. It happened in the Republican side, it happened in the Democrat side, it happened on all the sides. Yes.
New Yorker, and what he's doing is not right. He's giving you a smile in your face. But he's a crony of Stephen Ross. That's who he is. He's a sham. And his contract is voided. Doesn't mean anything. This city belongs to the New Yorker, not to private contractors. He claims to be a native New Yorker. He's selling out the city. That's what he's doing. He's selling out this city.
Está cansadito.
Oh, I got a meeting.
They have to move. So the idea that the spot belongs to them is obviously true. So there's really two things. There's veteran priority numbers, but then there's also the concession, permits.
And so do you know how common it is for parks that are sort of managed not by parks itself to have these concessionaire agreements? Because
You mean with a nonprofit?
with a nonprofit, yeah. Because
it's pretty common.
Right. Okay.
So Central Park, Prospect Park, Bryant Park, Madison Square Park, Spring Street Park. There's probably others.
So this is not a novel system.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
Although it still did take like 3 years to get all the paperwork together.
Oh, yeah.
For the concession, yeah, it's just took a long time.
Yeah. And how many of these concessionaire stands are there? 3 or?
Well, right now they have 3 locations. The 2 on opposite either side of the station, and then, well, technically that spot, but they're over here now. He kind of bounces around now. And then they have the kiosk itself on 36th Street. I'll be happy to walk you guys over there. That's more of like a fixed building, but it's small, very small. Yeah.
What are in the concessionaires agreement? I just want to double check.
It's
with
long.
you. It is. Where exactly are the spots that Paradis is, contracted and able to vend under that agreement?
So at this point, I believe they only have the permits for the spot over there, the spot over there, and then that corner right there. It's just those 3.
Not this one?
Well, he's supposed to be over there. If you look at his permit, you'll see it. It has the location on it.
I heard they got 12 permits. This company had 12 permits.
No, that's not true.
That's what I heard. I'm just saying.
They have, I believe it's 5, but they only have 3 out.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 is not correct.
When you say permits, it's like a permit that they used to be able to vend in a specific location.
You want me to show you?
Sure.
The blue and green one. They just put this wrap on it. Yes, that's covered. Yes. Definitely talk to him.
Yes.
Because he's going to tell a story that he's not here. Tony used to work.
I saw it in the other part.
Okay, just can I see it for a second? I just want to show it to you. What's the other one?
Tony, can you hold the... Yeah. Thank you.
Look out for the truck.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Did I give you the press release?
Yes,
No,
you
wait,
did.
you don't see it.
Yeah, I got it.
It's also right up there.
Cool. So, yeah, go right ahead.
Tony, what's your story? How did you end up from going from those cards to one of these cards?
Well, it's been a long story. Working here. Yeah. If I bring a car, just bring a car, they used to kick me out.
Who used to kick you out?
Those people, yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. We used to be like 3 Mexicans in this area too.
Oh, are you Mexican?
Yeah.
Okay,
The other
gotcha.
people they have to go because if we bring one car, like let's say I put one car over there, right? They bring 3-4 cars and then we gotta go. And then they know how to work the priority veterans. So they have the best veterans. So we cannot compete with them.
So did you have what kind of license did you have when you were working those?
I used to have a veteran.
Oh, just like a vendor,
Yeah.
Also a veteran license,
Yeah,
but they have a higher priority number.
Yeah,
Got
they have
you.
the best. They have the
So
best.
they're like, my priority number is higher than
Yeah,
yours.
yeah.
Therefore,
And you gotta
as
go
well.
out.
So
You gotta-
you're a veteran. And,
No, no, no.
oh, okay.
I used to have one like them. They have
Work with
but
the
they have the
veteran.
better veterans.
They
have
work with the
better,
veteran.
better numbers. So that's
Veterans
the way it
basically
works.
So do you have a general vendor's license?
No, vendor license.
Do you have, this is basic, so
That is for the car.
what license did you have before?
What do you mean?
The license you had before this concessionaire stand, like when you were working out there, is that a general license, a veteran's license?
No, it's just veteran license.
Veteran license because you were working with veterans?
Yes.
Okay.
I
understood.
see. How long have you been working in this area?
In this area, like about 5 years.
5 years. So since about 2018? Oh my goodness.
You're way more prepared than I am.
I don't know about that. I'm trying my best. So since 2018. And so what would happen in 2018? Is that when you started experiencing some of this?
Yeah. Well, I used to work on the street like a regular car. Being working on the street like 25 years.
25 years?
Yes.
You were in this area for 25
No,
years?
no, not this, particularly not in this area.
Okay.
I used to work like 63rd Avenue.
So when did you come to Hudson Yards?
About 5 years.
5 years.
What kind of cart were you working then?
What?
What kind of cart were you working then?
I don't have no more of that car.
I see, but what kind of cart was it?
It was like a Mexican food.
Oh,
Mexican
I
food,
see.
coffee, breakfast.
And so were you working, you said you were working with them, with the veteran, with this group over here?
No, I used to work by
Oh,
myself.
I see, you work in the
I
same
used to work
area.
separate.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
so you were working, okay, and you had your cart, and that was in 2018, but you were saying you had issues in 2018. Can you explain to me what those issues exactly were, just to put a fine point on it?
When I come with my car, I was working over there on 35.
Gotcha,
I
you'd
put
be on
my car
35th.
in front.
35th and where? And what?
35th in Hudson Yards.
And Hudson Yards, the west side?
No, really.
Or the east side? Hudson Yards east and 35th?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to put my car in front, and then they come with 3 cars.
And when you say they, you're
Because
talking about this group that's right
Yes,
here?
we just allowed to have like 2 cars. Like
Right.
they are here.
Right.
One of those cars have to leave, right? Because they have 3 right now. So if we used to have like 3, I used to put my car. They bring 3, so mine has to go away.
Gotcha.
So that was the fighting.
I see. So when you say yours had to go away, they got there first, basically, or is it because of their permit, their license that they?
No, it was by their license.
I see.
The veterans.
I see. I see. And so, what is your relationship right now to Penaris?
To
How long have
Penaris,
you been
we're
working with
partners.
them? Your partners.
How did you
What
find
is that?
them?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was in the area. I was in the area.
Oh, you was in their area. Did
Yes.
they approach you, or did you approach them?
Huh?
How did you find them? Did they
I
approach
did because
you?
I was out of job, so I'm trying to make a living.
Got
So I talked to the lady, and she
What lady? The Paradise lady?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't
How
sound
did you
like
find
accent
her?
in Spanish.
she was in the area. We were
Okay,
working here.
got it.
in this area.
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
How long have you been working with them?
With them, I
With
just
Pennies?
started. We just got the permit.
You just
Just like,
got the
Yes.
just when?
Hmm?
When did you get the permit?
About 4 weeks ago.
Oh, I see the permit to be on 33rd and Hudson Yards.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
So, do you know how long the other carts have been here? The other Paradise carts? Do you know how long they've been here?
I'm not sure about 1 year
About a year.
or more. I'm not that sure.
So, what do you make of sort of the other vendors' concerns here? Obviously, you used to, kind of work in that kind of world. So, what do you make of their concerns about the concessionaires and whatnot?
Which vendors?
Just with the street vendor project and all of that.
Los otros vendedores. los otros vendedores.
I've been working like a vendor a long time. I know the street. I know everything. I know how does it work. But sometimes I mean they don't let you work. I mean, let's say I'm working on the street, right? It comes another vendor. Okay, I let him work because everybody needs to work.
Right.
But they don't let you work.
Oh.
They don't let you stay. They bring more cars. They have power because they have a lot of cars.
Do you feel like they're
I-
being unfairly pushed out by?
I'm sorry?
Do you feel like those vendors are
I
being
don't
unfairly?
feel that because
you don't think that?
they push me many times out because they have good veterans priority, and then I couldn't stay. If they come with good numbers, parents they gonna say go because you cannot stay here.
Right.
Many times happened that.
And what's your relationship with Paradis? You said you're a partner. Does that
Yes.
mean you're a co-owner?
Yeah.
What is-
Co-owner of Paradis or the cart?
No, just this time.
Gotcha.
¿Tú no eres el dueño de este carro?
Yeah. Yes, the
Entonces,
car.
¿este carro es tuyo?
Estamos en una sociedad.
¿Una qué?
Ahorita, una sociedad.
¿Cómo funciona?
¿Eh?
¿Cómo funciona
Ah,
la
mira, ya habla
sociedad?
español, qué bueno.
Okay.
Está bien.
Funciona que ella tiene la concepción y yo hice el carro.
Sí, y hay uno necesita pagar a ella o
¿Eh?
necesita pagar a ella, ella tiene una, yo no sé.
¿Tú tienes
No.
que pagarle a ella?
No, porque estamos en un acuerdo que yo pongo el trabajo, ella pone los productos y más o menos eso.
Oh, they're working together.
We're working together, yes.
Working together
But
with
only
Paradis.
with this car.
Mhm.
Her
Only with
cars
this car.
are separate.
Got it. So
Only
do
with
you
this
have
card.
to? Okay, so you basically pay $800 a month to Paradis to operate this cart type of thing, or
No,
Okay.
no,
No paga nada.
No,
You don't
no
pay anything.
paga.
You don't pay anything.
no.
Okay.
Pero no paga para la licencia, para ¿cómo así?
Pues la
Is-
licencia ya la pagó.
Oh, she pays
She
it.
paid for the license.
I see. So
And
you
I pay for
you
the
just
car.
you have the
Yeah,
car.
I have the car, she has the license, and we working together.
Oh, I see. So
Yeah.
this is your cart, basically.
Yeah.
Got
Gotcha.
it.
Antonio, what is
So it's like a McDonald's
I have to
type.
run, but what is your number if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, put it.
Oh, what's your
917.
number?
Sure. Vending. Like, why did you start vending?
Well, when I came, I was so young, like 18 years old.
18
I started
years.
working in a deli.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked there for 10 years. I got experience, and then I saw those cars. I was thinking to do my own business, so I
Yeah.
started a business.
Yeah.
But what
So-
happened? I left the business because I gave it the business to my daughter.
Oh, the deli.
No, the car.
The other cart.
On the deli, I just worked
right.
for
Right.
somebody.
Yeah.
Then I started the business. I worked there for before I came here. So my daughter keep the business, and she's still working over there.
What business is this?
Same thing.
Oh, same thing.
Car with coffee, breakfast.
Okay.
Pero
Okay.
not the same, no la misma compañía, ¿no?
No, she's separate.
Separate.
No, separate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Got it.
now, and she's doing good. She's graduated. She's biology.
Yeah.
And now, but she likes to work on
How
this
many
because
kids do you have, Tony?
I have to.
2 kids?
Yeah.
And you moved from Mexico when you're 18?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Why New York?
I like New York.
You
It's
like
my
New
city.
York?
Yeah.
Do you live in Manhattan, Queens?
I used to live in Manhattan like for
Yeah.
25 years. Now I live in the Bronx.
In the Bronx?
Yes.
Well, awesome. Well, so great to meet you, Tony.
Nice to
Thank
meet
you
you
so
too.
much.
Gracias, Tony.
Could be here. Sometimes it's over. They have one of them over there, and there's two on 34th Street, right on the corner over here. No, not in the park. No.
Excuse those bottles, I'll take them. Excuse me. I'll take those bottles. Put it in my orange.
So no, that's not.
My back is right. The green back.
I mean, I would definitely. It's going to be difficult, I think,
Thank
to
you.
independently verify. You know, but
Well,
I would say drive
at the
it.
very least, it sounds like it's fair to say everyone agrees that they're no longer in the spot that they were at.
That's true.
Okay.
Yes, but there were still spots on this block for them. Very good spots, also. In terms of this is Midtown Manhattan, very visible locations. You know, the Parks Department was very much aware of what was happening, and they made sure. Are there spots for them? Yes. Okay.
And just so one of the issues, just so like, I think I was talking with you or maybe one of your colleagues about this. How part of my role is to play in between of trying to like basically field questions between different sides of all this. What I'm hearing from them is that these spots here are not the same as those spots. They feel like they are not weren't able to make as much money,
Sure.
and so they had to close down these spots.
I can't comment on that because I'm not I'm not operating their carts. That's distinctly possible. But then again, the disabled veteran vendor system is not a location-based system. So, in other words, there's a pool of locations that they can go to, and they can go to any one of those locations. So, again, to say that we're displacing vendors from the park is clearly not true. There are 14 spots in the park right now. I'm more than happy to show them to you if you want.
Sure. Sure. I'd love to walk around and talk about it.
And they can operate in any of those spots. A disabled veteran can operate in any of those spots. Legally. Yeah. They complained about citations. In my experience, the city does not like to give citations. So if they're getting a citation, it's probably for a reason.
What about the intentional part of it? So they're saying that the alliance is intentionally trying to move out vendors. When I talked to folks at your group, they said that these plans have been in place for a long time. Was this intentional?
Wait, what was that like? Who?
Sorry, when I talked to folks with the alliance, when I talked to Bob, he said that the plans, trees and permitting had been in place for quite some time.
Quite some time.
My question for you is, what to the point about this being intentional? Do you feel like, is the alliance intentionally trying to push these people away from their original position?
But the alliance is intentionally beautifying the area with trees and plantings, I should say. And the Shared Street Project, which I sent you a rendering of, I believe, which will be implemented in 2014. And then the other thing that the Alliance is doing at the HYHK is allowing our concessionaire to occupy soft locations. There's only one location that's a sidewalk location, which is the one on the corner. All the other locations they have are interiors of the park where the veterans aren't allowed to be anyway.
Why was the permit for that sidewalk location?
Because the east side of the park is the face of the park. Hudson Boulevard East is the spine of Bella Housing Park. It's where the main station exits, the secondary station entrance or exit is the playground, the fountains, the kiosks, the restrooms. Everything faces the east side of the park. It's where the foot traffic is. And so when the concessionaire, when they're creating their brand, they want all their things sort of together in the same place. And so when you exit the station, you'll actually be able to see all of their parts from the same location. So it is only intentional in the sense that it's intentional that the official park concessionaire has a footprint at the main part of the park. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
They mentioned a number of times that it was about money and making more money.
Yeah, so that's definitely not true in the sense that they're paying more or less a fixed fee. So like if they make more money, only at a certain point do you get a little more money. And generally it's going to be the minimum, which is $500 per cart per month. Very small amount of money. We're spending about $2 million a year operating and maintaining the park. So it's an offset. The purpose of the concession agreement with Parity is not a money-making agreement. The money it's almost a token. The purpose is a branding opportunity. And if you look at the carts, I think they're fantastic. They're beautiful. They're all electric powers. They're quiet with no grease and generators. The food is excellent. I would invite you to go to to Parity to go's brick and mortar store, Union Square. More than happy to put you in touch with Kim, the owner. I know you talked with Tony already. I'm sure you can talk to any of the other vendors that they have. Yeah, we really feel that the street vendor project should be on our side, frankly, in the sense that we're adding vendors to the park. Saturday Park is hiring immigrant vendors, I believe, entirely. That's just the way it is. And they're providing them with good salaries.
When did you hear about the concerns? When did you first hear of the concerns about vendors no longer being able to occupy the spots they had been in over? Like when did those concerns first come to daylight?
I mean, immediately.
When you say immediately, like when was that?
I mean, whenever we're the ones operating the park, so I've been the VP since before the park opened. So.
I mean, since before the trees were planted over there?
Since before the trees were planted, since before any vendors were here.
So what year was that?
So the park opened in 2015. I hear a lot of people talk about 2014. There were definitely no vendors here in 2014. There may have been some in the periphery, but not in the park. The park did not physically open until 2015. That's for what it's worth. Not much of a difference between 2014 and 2015, but it's not 2014. And furthermore, this street, 33rd Street, was completely closed until 2019 or the end of 2018. You can go on Google Street View and you can see that 33rd Street was actually 20 feet lower than it is now. They had to raise the whole thing up. It's pretty amazing engineering. There's an active train yard under the Eastern Rail Yard. So everything here right now is about 20 feet higher than it was in 2000, whatever.
Yeah, well, I guess what I'm trying to understand is, so before planting these trees, you knew that there was a concern about the vendors being there. Was there ever a conversation about, like, whether or not you would place the trees because of the vendors being there? Because to me, like, as a journalist in this, I'm trying to understand. The concern is really around like these spots, and so I'm wondering what was done before this moment, before the trees were planted.
So I think like as Bob mentioned, this has been a long-term project, but because of the construction in the area, we haven't been able to implement. I think a great example, and I can show you a picture of it, is originally there were just, I think it was 5 trees over here. And so there were a couple of vendors near the corner, and there was a temporary street light that had been moved. The one that's right over there was moved to this side. I can show you a picture of it. It has like a concrete footing, so we can move it. And we actually applied to plant trees several years ago, but the Parks Department denied the application because the light was there. And they said, wait till the light is gone and reapply. So we did. And so they would have been planted much earlier, but they had to wait. Same thing with the shared street. We wanted to do it this spring, but there's still some pavement that hasn't been redone from the construction of these 2 buildings. So it's probably going to happen in the spring of 2020.
Did the Alliance ever reconsider like planting those trees there?
I can't say we reconsidered it. Like I said, we're doing it. It's a streetscape project approved by the city, and I can show you some other examples of things we've done in the neighborhood. It's very, very consistent with actually, in particular, 2 other installations that we've done in the neighborhood. These expanded treatments. It's also important to note that originally, and in the rendering it shows this, they were supposed to look more like these spaces.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, did you have a copy of the rendering, or did I know you weren't able to send that?
No, I emailed
Oh, you
it.
did email
Yeah.
I know, there are a bajillion.
I know. Yeah.
So, in just a second.
So the parks.
When was that created? When was that rendering created? Where that had the tree?
Probably maybe a year or 2 ago. because that was only done as like a final thing. Rendering is the last thing that you do. You know?
I see, but you're saying that the tree pits and trees that were all along the side of the park have been planted.
Correct. So our stakeholders feel like Hudson Boulevard East and Hudson Boulevard West, for that matter, are really not particularly useful as streets, and the park should have been built all the way to the building line.
Can you explain to me what the shared street thing is exactly?
Sure. So there are some examples of it, like by Union Square and by Madison Square. It's where the street is painted with a truffle, sort of grayish tan color. There are planters, there are plastic illuminators, and it's 5 miles per hour. So it's shared between pedestrians and cars. So cars can access it, they have to go super slow. And then there's other pedestrian amenities, whether it's tables and chairs, bike racks. You program, you can close the street.
So like more pedestrian friendly.
More pedestrian friendly environment, right? And this is the sort of main, the subway station is obviously the main desire line. So there's a big desire line crossing. So not only do you have the rendering, but you also have the site plan. So you'll see that there's going to be a big bump out of pedestrian space right in the front of the station, and there'll be bump outs on that corner and that corner. It creates what's called a chicane, so cars have to snake through it and go slow. It's done in other parts of the city or other parts of the world. It's kind of a standard thing for a shared street. A shared street is not standard in of itself, but for shared streets, that sort of intervention is standard.
And you also mentioned you feel that there are many other places that vendors can go. Where are they? You said there were 14, is that right?
Correct. You want me to show them to you?
Sure.
The other woman, I guess she's a woman. It's okay. You seem to be more interested in this. Because I still have something much more important to tell you. But I can open. So like I said, no one has been displaced from the park. I mean, there are definitely examples. There have been stories of vendors being kicked out. It's not what's happened here. I would ask you to try to fact check some of the numbers, because they've given us numbers before that don't seem correct. I don't know if they have payroll or whatever to check, but I would doubt some of those numbers, because it's the same number of carts here that were before. So they have not reduced their footprint. It's one group that controls all the carts, including the ones across the street, and they have not reduced their footprint.
What group is that? Do you know what they're called?
I don't think it has a name.
It's just like a whisper network kind of.
It's more than that.
It's the group of people. Some of them are military veterans.
No. The military veterans work for them. So it's not the military. So it's you can look it up. It's called Rent the Vet. That's the colloquial name for it. So they essentially hire. They buy the veterans permits and then hire them to represent the cart. And you can do your own research on that.
Yeah, fascinating.
It is fascinating.
I don't know. I was a little something, but can you show me some of the spaces that you?
Yeah, sure. Do you wanna?
Yeah, why not?
So.
What is your opinion on this?
My opinion, we need to get our right.
So
We've been here since 2014. We need the park department fix this situation immediately, please, and stop using fishy permit to kick somebody been here for years.
I saw that they put that thing. That thing is almost on the street.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be there either. What they're doing over there?
But they broken every rule right here because nobody charged them. they out of charge. You know what I mean?
Wow. Who interview?
The guy Daniel
From who?
from Hell's Kitchen, the bed local.
Oh, okay, yeah. I interview him.